You're a faggot. Kelly's the best.
Hello everybody, today I'm going to be reacting to BMW driver can't handle the power. Dashcam Stories, episode 154 by Wham Bam Dashcam. And I really want to see what happens in this video. So let's not waste any time. Starting the video in 3, 2, 1.
Another week, another 20 exclusive dashcam videos sent in by our fans. Buckle up and get ready to enjoy the cream of the crop. John was waiting patiently at a red light when he watched the driver of a white Dodge pickup turn in front of another pickup pulling a trailer.
Whoa.
After the head-on collision, John told us the white Dodge pickup sped off at maximum acceleration before causing another collision about 100 yards down the road. Meanwhile, both John and the other driver took off in pursuit. When the victim pulled over, John pulled alongside him and told him he'd captured the collision on his dash cam. Thankfully, neither occupant in the victim's pickup was injured. We're not sure what the conclusion of the situation was, but John made sure the victim had his contact information before leaving the scene.
Okay.
Maya watched a BMW lose control seemingly for no reason.
Oh. Wow.
After spinning out, the BMW collided with a Mazda hatchback, ricocheted off the median barrier, then T-boned the hatchback before they both came to a stop. As far as we can tell, the BMW driver lost control after attempting to slam the accelerator, causing the tires to lose traction. Maya told us a police officer was just down the road and responded almost immediately to the scene. She didn't stick around, but she did say everyone involved appeared conscious and alert, and she didn't notice any serious injuries.
Well, that's
Bless
good.
was driving in Seattle when he noticed traffic ahead of him stopping for an unknown reason. When he changed lanes to go around it, he found out the hard way why the other drivers had stopped.
Someone on the road!
A man walking in the middle of the road swung his belt at Bless's Subaru BRZ, smashing a hole in his rear window with the buckle. Bless chose to continue rather than stop since he was on his way to work and didn't want to be late. He filed an insurance claim, and his insurance provider covered the cost of a new rear window. He told us he was inspired to get his dashcam after watching our videos, and he bought the one we recommend in the description. Bless asked us to shout out his baby Rosalinda, who watches Wham Bam videos with him and her mother. If you're watching with your Wham Bam fam, hit the subscribe button, and let's keep the show rolling.
Okay.
John was following a pickup through an intersection when the driver of a white Kia ran their red light before getting T-boned.
Of course.
After the pickup T-boned the Kia, two people practically leapt from the car and took off running down the sidewalk. John told us the Kia was stolen. He waited for police to respond for hours before giving up and leaving. 5 hours later, the cops called him back to inform him that they'd moved the Kia off the road. He didn't say if they had any interest in his dashcam footage. J-Dog was driving his Kia when he watched a pickup driver lose a load of particle board.
Oh no. One of them broke. More of them actually.
Amazingly, it looks like all the other drivers were able to dodge the lofted lumber before the pickup drivers stopped to clean up the mess. Sadly for them, it looks like they had more pieces to pick up than they had started with.
Yep.
Mary nearly T-boned a minivan after a driver in the neighboring lane stopped, even though their light was green, to let another driver make an illegal turn across double yellow lines to reach a driveway into a gas station. You know, every time we post one of these examples of why people should close the gap and not yield their right-of-way when they don't have to, people comment about the laws in their state supposedly requiring it. If you're one of those commenters, here's our challenge to you. Cite the specific law requiring drivers to leave a gap for someone to turn across their lane to reach or exit a driveway. And before you cite a law prohibiting blocking an intersection, that is not what Close the Gap is about. We're talking about blocking driveways, not intersections. Good luck. Bryce watched the driver of a car floor the gas to cross a road before getting T-boned by another car.
Oh no.
Bryce stopped to make sure everyone was okay, but when he went to offer his dashcam footage to the involved drivers, he told us the driver responsible as well as their passenger were both going ballistic. He didn't feel like facing their wrath, so he noped out instead, leaving the victim to fend for themselves in proving their innocence. Sean was driving along in his Subaru Impreza when he heard a loud crash and realized the pickup in the lane next to him had lost its wood chipper.
Oh no.
Thankfully, the driver of the pickup also noticed what had happened and pulled over while the wood chipper's safety chains kept it from rolling away. By the way, this isn't Sean's first submission to be featured on Wham Bam Dashcam. Elijah was on his way home after work when he watched a pickup in the oncoming lanes lose control and smash into the median barrier before getting T-boned by a van.
Oh no. Oh, there it is.
Elijah told us he heard the visceral impact through his open window as metal twisted and tires squealed. Even though he swerved, some small pieces of debris still hit his Ford Focus. He told us he's been looking forward to sending us some footage after watching Wham Bam videos since Wham Bam Tesla Cam episode 8. If you have a dashcam video to send us, you'll find the submission link in the video description. Erin was on her way home from work on a road she said is notoriously dangerous. She hit her brakes the moment she noticed a Jeep driver cutting through a gap in traffic, nearly being rear-ended in the process.
Oh shit.
Here's another great example of a time when drivers should close the gap. Notice the Jeep driver was exiting a driveway, so traffic in the road should not have stopped and let him through. A driveway is not an intersection. Thankfully for Erin, this incident was only a close call. But as usual, the situation would have been prevented if drivers hadn't left a gap for the Jeep in the first place. Close the gap. This was a little hard to see, but Connor's photos of the aftermath are too crazy not to share. He was at a red light when an oncoming driver ran their red before T-boning an SUV and sending it spinning.
Oh. Whoa. My God.
Did you see what happened? Okay, let's roll the instant slow motion replay and keep an eye on oncoming traffic.
Yeah, oncoming.
Like we said, it's hard to see, but check out the photos Connor took after he stopped to help the victims. His girlfriend called 911 while he helped the SUV occupants exit their overturned vehicle. Thankfully, nobody was seriously injured in the collision.
At least one of those
Shiny was waiting patiently for an opportunity to merge into traffic when he encountered a Tesla behaving badly.
That Tesla man can't drive. That Tesla man can't drive.
The Model 3 driver sped past Shiny before using the merging lane to cut around another vehicle on the inside. Shiny had this to say, "With great power comes great responsibility."
Yes.
He also told us he
With
felt
great
the
power
urge to
comes
chase them
great
down, but he decided
responsibility.
against the attempt,
Indeed.
which is a good thing for that Tesla driver. Shiny drives a Honda Civic. Brandon is back with another submission, this one from the time he was rear-ended in the aftermath of Hurricane Ian.
We really just hit. Yep.
Brandon pointed out that the other driver's windshield wipers were on, and in North Carolina, the law requires headlights to be on while using windshield wipers. Check out how hard they'd turned the wheel before the impact. The Chrysler was disabled by the collision, while Brandon was able to pull off the road and into a parking lot. It took 3 hours for police and a tow truck to respond, and after 6 weeks in the shop, his Mercedes was totaled. When Thomas noticed an oncoming Nissan drifting into his lane, he expected it to collide head-on with the SUV ahead of him, but watch what happened instead.
Oh shit. Oh shit. No. Well, that was a close call.
After the
That
SUV
could've
driver
been much
dodged
worse.
around the Nissan, Thomas was forced to do the same. He told us the Nissan driver then turned into a driveway on his right, Thomas's left, so he has no idea what that maneuver was about. Karen was on her way home with her cousin Frankie when the Honda CR-V ahead of her ran over a chunk of tire tread, launching it directly into the front of her Honda Accord.
Oh shit.
Karen pulled over to check for damage, discovering that the impact had knocked the Honda logo off her grille and destroyed the front-facing proximity sensor used by the adaptive cruise control. The CR-V never stopped, and after dropping off her cousin, Karen made an insurance claim to get the damage repaired. Fixing it is estimated to cost around $3,200 US, of which she'll have to pay her $500 deductible. By the way, this isn't Karen's first time getting featured either. She watched an SUV get T-boned by a red light runner, and that became the lead video in episode 136. Be sure to check it out if you haven't seen it.
I think I remember.
Orlando pulled up to a stop sign before watching a pack of bikers block the intersection before running their stop sign one by one. It's pretty clear from Orlando's dashcam footage that these riders had no legal justification for occupying the intersection and running the stop sign, but criminal's gonna criminal, I guess. Mayer watched a double rear-end collision occur after traffic in the right lane came to a stop, even though the traffic light ahead was green. Mayer told us he spent half an hour looping back to the collision scene in order to offer his dashcam footage to the involved drivers, for which they were very grateful. He told us something else too. He replaced his old dashcam with a Viofo because of our recommendation, and he's super impressed with it. He told us it's been one of his best purchases, and he recommends it to everyone he knows. Get your discount in the description. This submitter was on his way to pick up his dog from the vet when a semi-truck suddenly turned across the entire highway right in front of him.
Oh, hell no.
Our submitter had to slam on the brakes, slowing from 70 miles per hour to 30 in a matter of seconds in order to avoid colliding with the semi's trailer. He made sure to give the trucker a friendly honk as he drove past. Kate had just left work after a day full of rainfall had turned into ice-covered roads. Knowing how dangerous the situation was, she left herself plenty of stopping distance, but the driver behind her wasn't so careful. After safely coming to a stop for a traffic light, Kate's Honda Civic was rear-ended by another driver at around 20 to 30 miles per hour. The impact sent her Civic a car length into the intersection, even as she stood on the brake pedal. Sadly, the collision totaled her Civic, and all because another driver hadn't noticed her brake lights on for a full 30 seconds. Either that, or he'd greatly overestimated his own vehicle's ability to stop on the ice. Sean was headed home from the beach with his girlfriend when they noticed a formation of 6 fighter jets passing overhead. He told us there's an air show nearby every year and they were in the right place at the right time.
Anyways, that's it for this video. If you liked it, you can leave a like, comment, subscribe, and maybe share with others you know. With that being said, I'll see you next time.